Today, everybody, we are already out and about. We're going to a Funko Pop convention. I've actually been to this one before, and it was really great because the whole place was tables full of Funko Pops. It's gonna be exciting. And now, because it's not a store where I know what's new, I really don't know what they're gonna have, so we really could find anything here today. And actually, we have just about made it, so let's go inside. And now, the first booth that I bumped into actually has a bunch of really cool figures, and they're all different too. Like some of the ones in the front here, guys, are part of the Pop Monsters line, which isn't even at the Funko store anymore because they used to be on Wetmore Avenue. They had these monsters kind of based off of that. It was a lot of fun, and I have a couple of them in my collection, but I don't have this version of Snuggletooth, and I don't believe I have this one either, the Sapwood Mossbottom. Pretty funny. I also really enjoy how he's got the tiny little monsters in his beard there. And then looking around, we also have some of the ones, actually funny enough, from Wallace and Gromit. Take a look at Gromit. And anyways, guys, just some really cool stuff here. As soon as you walk in the door, like, look at this table. It's massive. And actually, you know what? Coming down to the other end here, we also have a bunch of anime stuff with Dragon Ball in the front. Then we've got a bunch of Marvel and DC. Ooh, and then here's some of the characters you don't see too often, but I really enjoy the Garbage Pail Kids. And it looks like there's a pretty good amount of them. We've got like 4 of them here. All right, so I'm doing a little bit more walking, and I bumped into a Funko product I've never seen before. There it is, everybody, the Darth Vader Funko lamp. It's the first time I've ever seen one in person, especially in box like that. It's also a lot bigger than I expected. I was thinking more like maybe this size or like slightly bigger, but no, it is a full lamp. That's crazy. And below that on the table, you guys can see they have a bunch of other stuff. Now, these are all in Canadian prices. I want to mention that before, so if anybody thinks they're a little high, it's just the conversion rate, you know? Oh, now here's a figure you don't see too often, guys. The Gelatinous Cube. Look at this for only 45 bucks, and you guys can see the box is a little bit bigger than a normal one, because when it sits on the table, it's just slightly larger. And just in general, guys, taking a look at all of these here, there's some amazing stuff. I love checking that out. And then behind, check these out, guys, some of their heavy hitters. And one thing that I'm really liking, and I know a lot of you guys like Five Nights at Freddy's, Ella from the Twisted ones over there, the prototype. As well as below that, for a lot of my Disney fans, we have Mike Wazowski and Sully. $1,000 for the set is crazy. And then also, guys, just in general, some amazing stuff there. I love looking at pops like this. Came across another table here, guys, and I want to show you what they've got, because they've got like a lot of the normal characters over here, like some Black Suit Spider-Man's actually really cool, as well as Predator. But then some of the ones I want to show you guys is like the Golden Bender back here, Super Boo with Ghost, and then over here, check these ones out, guys. The Cowardly Lion, as well as Tony Montana, Red Hulk, that metallic Charizard, and Freddy Funko as C-3PO, which is one that I've actually been debating on for a while now. It's limited to 520 pieces, and I'm not sure on the price on it yet. I might have to ask about this one, though. Okay, so we just checked out that table with all of the really cool expensive stuff. Now I found this table over here, and check it out. It just goes all the way down. We've actually checked out this table before, but it seems like they've got some new stuff, or just like different stuff in general. It's like new to here, if you guys know what I mean, which I love to see. And I mean, yeah, guys, this is crazy. Just look at it. It keeps going. And to point out a few over here, we've got like Anti-Venom, Anti-Venom again, and Venom over there. We've also got like Spider-Man's stealth suit, which I really enjoy. That original Thor for only 30 bucks. We've got like Batman with that DC Universe logo at the top. Oh, and something that I always love to see, classic Star Wars characters like Max Rebo, Ray Yeez, and some of the blue box ones over here too. They're amazing. And then at the back here, guys, I know it's a bit of a glare, but there is some crazy stuff. And one of the ones that stood out to me is the Jack O'Bonnie, one that I do not have in the collection. I do have Jack O'Chica, so that could be a cool one today. Oh, and it's funny, I got out of the glare and I noticed that there's a character that I have in the collection, but it's been broken and no box for years, and for only 40 bucks, I'm debating on this one. I might go for a Sharknado today. It's just such a weird pop. I like it. And now hold on, we shouldn't be looking at the back wall the whole time. I also want to look at some more of the table, because they've got like Charlie the Tuna, James Bond, Big Boy, as well as the Glow Night King. What a cool figure. Now everybody, I made it over to the Darnum booth, which you might have seen on the channel before. We've bumped into them at a couple different local conventions. And check this out, guys. We've got some of the NFT ones over here. I actually just got my Freddy Funko as Sleestack in the other day, but one that I'm looking at here, it's really cool. First time I've ever seen it, is Freddy Funko as Bugs Bunny. Oh, actually, funny enough, this is another one that I do have in the collection already, but then doing some more digging, we've got some Freddy's back here, and then some anime stuff, and a few other anime ones right above that. Now, at the exact same booth, I found some other anime ones, and one thing that I wanted to show you here is the pre-release sticker. It's a new thing that Chalice is doing, and I believe if you pre-order them off of the website, you can get it with that extra sticker. Then the rest of the times that you can buy it after that do not have it. So it's cool to see them here, especially on the Chase, which we did see a little bit earlier, but not with all these stickers. We're still over at the Darnum booth, and I want to show you guys some other characters here, because I came over to the other side where they've got this Jason Voorhees, Company Trooper. We also have Eddie with that brand new Entertainment Earth Earth sticker. I'm loving that black light. They also have the Miles Morales on Subway car for the Disney 100 set. I've got a couple of them, but I don't have him yet. Then over here, got some cool exclusives like Floaty Freddy, Indiana Jones, a lot of the ones from New York Comic Con actually. And yeah, I'm thinking of getting a couple from this table. Oh, and now here is another thing that I ran into, guys. Some of the Freddy Funko Turtles sodas. And I know I have Raphael, but I don't have Donatello. And he's only 30 bucks, and I like seeing him in person. And he's sealed so we could crack them open together. Yeah, I'm just convincing myself. Let's get him. Now here's something you don't see too often. I found the Venomized Iron Man over here, and they have a sticker on the front that says, "Caution, product contains functional sharp points," and I'm guessing it's because of his head. I don't know, I just thought I'd show it. It's so odd. Came across another really cool table here, guys, with some interesting characters like the original Gru, as well as Monkey King from Pop Asia, Steamboat Willie, some of the ones from Once Upon a Time. Just a lot of really cool stuff that I would enjoy for the collection. And funny enough, I actually do already have some of these ones, but I don't have Monkey King. And another one that I wanted to point out was over here, guys. Check this out. They have the original Freddy Funko number 17. What a cool figure to see here. And just like that, everybody, we are now out of the Funko Pop convention. It was a lot of fun. I also did way better than I expected, so let's go back and check it all out. Alrighty, we are back from the Funko Con, and I gotta say, I ended up with some pretty interesting stuff today. Also, some really great deals that we'll get to in a second. And now I guess we'll start with the first thing that I picked up today, which ended up being both the Jacko Bonnie and Sharknado. I believe you guys saw me debating on them today, and I was kind of like, I don't know if I need them, but it's two lines that I really enjoy, and I believe there's only ever been one Sharknado. Oh no, there was the San Diego Comic-Con exclusive where he was bloody, but besides that, that's it. So it's definitely an odd one that I thought would be fun to have in the collection. I mean, come on, take a look at it. And now a little fun fact about this one, I used to have a Sharknado in the collection a long time ago, but it fell off my shelf and broke, and it was actually one of the first figures I ever picked up, and I threw out the box for it. I have about 8 or 9 figures in the collection that I just don't have boxes for anymore at all, and this was one of those, so it was cool to find another one today with a pretty decent box for a decent deal. Because I didn't actually end up paying $140 for both of these. I asked him if he would take $120, and the guy said sure. So it's really like I got this one for pretty much retail, or like 10 bucks off of each, which is definitely not bad. And then everybody taking a look at the Jacko Bonnie. The box looked practically perfect on this one. If you guys want to see it there, it really is a nice figure. Also, looking on the back here, I don't have any Funko Pop from this line. This one also released, for anybody curious, in 2017. So I guess the second year they started doing Five Nights at Freddy's characters, so this is a classic one, especially because it was exclusive to Barnes & Noble, which they do get in figures a little bit, but definitely not as much as they used to. There was so many Barnes & Noble exclusives back then. Okay, now the next thing that I want to show you is kind of interesting because I didn't really pay for it. I mean, I guess I paid the $5 to get in, but that doesn't really count. What I'm trying to get at here is that they actually had door prizes and everybody got 2 tickets. Funny enough, last time I went to this Funko Con, I won a soda, and then today I won another door prize. They had a really great selection on the table, and I ended up going for this one here, the 6-inch Fat Gum from My Hero Academia. It was my favorite out of the bunch that they had, plus my brother has this one in his collection, but I don't have one, so I figured this would be perfect to have in mine. Oh right, then I went over to the Darnum booth, where you guys saw me digging around for a bit, because they had some newer figures I had never seen before, and I ended up going for these ones here. The Blacklight Eddie from Stranger Things. Such an amazing pop, and I also really enjoy that Entertainment Earth exclusive sticker where it's kind of like translucent, no, not translucent, iridescent, is that the right word? Yeah, I don't know, either way, it's a lot shinier. Oh, also, now that I think about it, I did end up getting Eddie today. It's not the original one that I've been on the hunt for, but the blacklight version, I'll take it for now. Especially because it is a pretty cool one to have. And then, the other that I ended up grabbing, and I think you guys could probably guess this, was the 332nd Company Trooper. I wanted this one because we don't have Books A Million here in Canada, and I figured this would be such a fun one, especially because it is running, and I like how they did that, because if Star Wars didn't have a base on them, it'd be kind of weird to do something like this. So a pretty neat way for Funko to kind of like incorporate more detail into the character. And then, guys, I did also end up grabbing that Freddy Funko as Donatello. So now the only one that I'm missing is Leonardo, and then I have every single one of them. And I guess before we continue, we might as well crack it open because I want to see what this figure is looking like. And I know it's very similar to the other ones that I have in the collection, but anyways, let's open this thing up and take a look. Alrighty, here we go, everybody. Yeah, this is a nice one. Check this out. out the purple mask. I'm a pretty big fan of this. And now, as you guys can probably tell, they are all very similar with the sculpts. They've actually been using this as kind of like the base Freddy Funko version. And I know they have swapped it up with a couple characters, like the Freddy Funko as Darth Vader, but they don't do it too often. And now, taking a look at this here, if you guys want to check out the Pog, there is the Freddy Funko. Okay, so that was all the stuff that I kind of paid like a regular price for, but now let's get into the great deals I was able to get today. And I guess we'll start with this one here, where I was able to get 2 of the Funko cereals, and they're kind of a weird set of them too. I don't know if you could see it yet, but I got each of these boxes for $2, and I know that they're not good. I believe they both expired in like 2020. Yeah, this one says on the top here, yeah, 04/25/20, so it's been a while. I'm gonna be honest, the main reason that I picked them up is because every single one of them comes with a mini Funko Pop inside, and also the art on the front just looks pretty nice. Oh, and another thing, this one is a Hot Topic exclusive, then this one here was a San Diego Comic-Con one, and as you guys can see, there is the mini Conan you can get in the middle. Kind of like a classic box of cereal that you don't get too often anymore, but it is really fun that Funko was making them way longer than any other company was. Now, everybody, we have one more thing that I want to show you, and I kind of have a bit of a story to go along with it. I also believe they gave me their card, and I do want to give them a shout out, because if it weren't for them, I would not have this amazing deal. So take a look at this here. If you guys live in Ontario or around the Toronto area, definitely go and check them out. All right, now let's get to it. So I was looking on the table, and I showed you guys actually this specific table. It was the one that had that original number 17 Freddy Funko. I had looked at that, then I turned my camera off, and to my left, there was a box, and it said $5, $10, or $15. And so I was like, okay, what's going on in here? Because I'm seeing some interesting characters. They had the Star Wars Imperial Guard, which I already had in the collection, but I thought that was a pretty cheap price for a figure like that, so I started looking a little bit more. Then the guy came over, and he was like, yeah, you should check it out, and there we've got some pretty good deals. And I thought it was going to be like a lot of out-of-box stuff, but as I kept going, there was some interesting Funko Pops, and I found some from Battlestar Galactica. And because I could only see the top of them, at first I thought it was just the normal ones, but then I noticed it was the Toy Tokyo exclusive versions, and I saw that he had 2 of them inside. And of course, there was a third Toy Tokyo exclusive, the Golden Cylon, and I asked him how much was he looking for both of them, and he said, well, because he doesn't have the entire set, do 15 each, 30 altogether. And so I was able to get these 2 figures here that are worth about like $150. And by the way, I do want to mention that he knew the value of these figures. He just had them for so long, he wanted to get rid of them, so it was really cool that I got such an amazing deal. And I guess I'll have to try to find that Cylon figure in the future, because now that I've got these 2, I kind of want to complete the set of at least the Toy Tokyo exclusives. Also, if you've never heard of Toy Tokyo before, it's a store in New York, and they get a lot of these exclusives, kind of random characters like this. I believe they actually have a few every year at New York Comic Con. Or at least they're shared with both New York Comic Con and Toy Tokyo, so it seriously is a lot of fun to get figures like this. And well, everybody, there we go. That was my Funko Con experience, and let me know in the comment section below if you guys have ever been to a Funko convention. Something that had like a majority Funko Pops, and maybe you found a figure you've been on the hunt for a long time, or a good deal like I did today. But anyways, that's everything for today, and I hope that you guys had fun, because I definitely did, and I'll see you tomorrow!